Okay, go ahead.
Ready?
Yes.
Yeah. Right over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's showing me how to open a pot.
Oh.
And what kind of orchid is this?
This is an epiciclia.
So it's an encyclia mixed with the epidendrum?
Yes. Yeah. Very nice flowers. Flowers are green, with like some rose in them.
And it's just been in this pot for how many years, you think?
4, maybe.
4 maybe? Oh geez. Wow.
That is root porn.
That is. Yeah, I don't think there was any way you could have got it out of that pot.
No. Come on. Yeah, most of these roots are going to be cut off, unfortunately. But this is recovering from severe fungus problem.
Yeah.
Thankfully, it is recovering. I thought I was going to lose it.
Yeah, it's got nice new growth. 1, 2,
Yeah.
3, 4,
Yep.
5. Bunch of new growth.
So next step is actually flame this.
Oh, it's got fire, Chris.
Fire! Put my hair there first.
It's got fire.
Fire in the hole. Fire! Come on.
It's
this
on.
Might be.
It was on.
It was.
Yeah. You just couldn't see it. I said, don't point it towards me now. There you go. It's on.
There.
And why are you using fire?
To disinfect,
The only true way to disinfect, right?
as far as I know.
You can bake stuff in the oven, but it usually melts with the rubber handles.
Yeah. Fred Clark said, I asked many people how hot it really needs to get. And Fred finally gave me an answer. He said only about 180. So that takes care of virus. That's the only thing it really takes care of.
Yeah.
But virus is one of those things that once it affects the plant, you cannot ever get rid of it. So
Better to be safe than sorry.
this is going to look like real cruel and unusual punishment. But after this, I just usually go around, cut around the bottom third. Now this is why I use kiwi bark. This bark is still good. after at least 4 years. I mean, there's some degree of it having broken down, but it's, you know, I'm not losing roots because of it.
Yeah. I don't think you lost one root in there, unless you ripped it off.
All the roots were going towards the outside.
Yeah, that solid root ball.
Yeah. Always use quality potting material. That's what I want to say.
Water with ice cubes.
And water with ice cubes, yes.
Always.
If you don't like your plant.
Now let's see, how is this thing going?
It's got some here.
Yeah.
It's got one here, one there.
I have to figure
Probably
out
divide
where
it.
I'm going to cut.
Yeah. You mean it's not like a wishbone? You and Chris don't. You want to do it that style? You and Chris just grab a side and then pull it apart like a wishbone?
Johnny Wishbone?
No, you two just grab a side and pull it apart.
Just pull.
Pull.
Okay. I see.
Those weren't good anymore?
These flowers are done.
Oops. I'm not focused.
Hold on, cut this.
You want to be real careful doing it this way so you don't cut through your knee.
Yeah, I would
You
say.
don't want to do that.
Yes, I do. I just don't want to cut through my knee.
Those are the hands that make money.
And yeah, I'm going to have to just cut the whole thing apart.
Hey, wait, you got a little hand saw? A fold-out saw?
Like the turkey sauce?
For what?
To cut it in half.
No, this is good. A lot of times I'm not real picky about when I pot, although I realize with everything there's a best time. But with something like this, you have to pick the best time because you are not going to have a whole lot of live roots compared with the way it was.
So it's actively growing now because it's sending off all the little new growth.
Yep.
So it'll sulk for a little bit probably, but
Yeah.
it won't be too mad at you in a year. 6 months.
In
3
a
months.
year, it will look better than it does now.
Definitely.
And I try to be real careful how I grab it.
Chris, you want?
No, I'm fine.
Got it.
He's got it, okay.
It's muscle weight. Okay. Wait and pulling apart orchids before we were twinkling our parents' eye.
Okay, so that's one division. Actually, this is more back bulbs than I would normally keep, but I only, because of the fungus, I lost all but the last growth here. Normally I would have leaves on one or maybe even two of these, but the bulbs are still good, nice and firm. So yeah, when I squeeze them, I can't get, there's no give. They're really hard as a rock.
Yeah.
So they'll provide a lot of nutrition for the new growth until it starts producing new roots. And I'm just going to get in here and tease it a little bit. Any roots that are not attached, I want to try to get rid of if I can find them.
That way they're not just rotting in the pot.
Yeah. And that's about it. This will probably go into like a 4-inch clay pot. for 1 year, and then it'll be ready. If it produces multiple leads, it'll probably be ready for a 6-inch pot in 2 years. And there we go, number 1.
1.
Now I'll work on the rest.
Hi, Sammy, Sammy, Sammy. My favorite kitty. Oh, you're all wet. You're all wet. You say love me. That's good. You're gonna keep this one as one piece?
Yeah. Yeah, I've got 1, 2, I think here's a third growth just starting, so it will start out with 3 leads.
Oh.
It's a northern brown orchid.
The elusive northern brown? Is it? No.
It's dull. It's all the way down to the bottom. It's like stiff. It's like all twigs.
But the stuff around is so...
I know, it's so pretty. Take it home. So you can revive it.
The orchid? No, I get enough of those.
Yeah, northern brown orchids.
They thrive in garbage or compost piles.
Yeah, they do. Cymbidiums, however, will actually come back to life with a compost pile.
Will they?
Yeah, they do. They'll bust out back bulbs. Especially if it's the growing season. I've seen it. They go in the spring in the compost and then you dig it in there and there's fucking cymbidium.
Are you throwing the moss out too?
Everything. Well, it's probably got whatever killed it's probably on the moss.
Oh.
And there's some kind of fuzzy shit on the moss. So
That's a good investment as a label maker.
I like this. Especially if you're doing flasking and taking things out of flasking, you need 20 labels or something.
Yeah, tell me about it. I make those fucking labels for Phil.
Yeah. So, I noticed that when we were unpotting this, that all the roots were going for the clay pot, which meant that it was probably staying too moist in the middle.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do I decided to take just one other major division here. This has got, I think, 3 leads, yeah. And I'm going to use coarse bark. Like I was saying before, this is probably going to just be temporary until it can go to like a semi-permanent home of a large clay pot. So I trimmed more of the roots off. The roots that were outside of the pot will probably not be very good going inside of the pot because they didn't develop in that type of media. So any other type of media that goes into other than what it develops in, probably a group will die. So I just put a handful there, and I'm going to put this in here and just work it around until I can get it down far enough. And just filling around it. This is kind of going sort of one directional, but I'm going to make it so that it has room to grow in this particular direction here. And I'm not even going to pack this in real firmly because I think it really wants a lot of air around the roots. tap it a little bit, firm it down a little bit more. Even though I'm not going to make it real firm, I still want the roots to have like some intimate contact with the potting medium, so that any new roots that are developing, whether it is from a new root or a branch of an old root or whatever, will meet something that it wants to grow onto very quickly. And that's about done. You have to make sure of one thing: the plant can't wiggle around. Okay, that's pretty firm there. I might put a couple more. If you look at anything long enough, you tend to want to overfix it. So that is ready to go. I made up a tag. There's now what a lot of people do is they use the date for when it's repotted. Something that is even more useful is if you write the date down that it flowers, because then you will know when it's going to be flowering again, and from that you can derive when it is going to put out new growth again. I mean, right now, with some experience, you can look at a plant and without knowing when it was repotted and know if it needs to be done again at any given point. So that's not that hard of a thing. So there we are. Epiciplia Serena O'Neill. I'm going to spray it with claries to keep any fungus from developing.
Yeah, that was the...
Yeah.
I had the same thing happen with my Cattleyas.
Yep.
But we're problem solvers. We don't whine. We fix it.
Yeah. There are other good fungicides, but claries is kind of like a tried and proven one. It's been in use for probably 20 years or more, and it's pretty effective. It does absorb into the leaves and the vascular system of the plant. So that's a real good thing. And that's about it, guys.
Bye, family. Say bye, Chris. Bye.
Bye.